Hello everyone, welcome to the biggest podcast in history. Today in the episode, Benjamin Blackner will be announcing a life-altering decision. Ben, welcome back to the show.
Stop. Thank you for having me back on the show. Yes, it is very life-altering and it stresses me out.
How do you feel right now before you make your decision?
I don't know. I feel good about my decision, but I also am very unsure. Like, it's a big decision.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of,
life-changing.
It is life-changing. Like, yeah, to the definition of, like I don't even know how to describe my feelings right now.
Well, you know what? For those listeners, we have two paper hats on the table. We have Temple University and Creighton University. I think at this time we should let Ben make his decision. So Ben Blackner, where will you be taking your talents this fall?
Oh my goodness, I'm just starting, we're just going. I'm just deciding. So, I guess I'll be taking my talents. For those watching, I'm going to put on a hat. I don't know why this stresses me out, but it does. I think it's because that's the first time I've said it out loud, definitive.
This is we're the first people that you've told, correct?
Like a definitive answer.
Okay.
I've told people maybe I'm leaning towards some things or my pros and cons.
Yeah.
This is my first me even saying out loud, this is where I'm going.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I will be taking my talents, as Hayden has said. I'll be taking my talents to Creighton.
Yeah! He's going to Creighton!
Creighton University. I don't know how to put this on. Good thing I got the spikes in the front to kind of hold it up. Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska.
He's going to Omaha,
going to Omaha,
Nebraska.
Oh, wait. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh.
He's going to Omaha!
That scared me so bad.
He's going to Omaha!
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see this. That scared me really bad, and because I forgot.
She was back there for 10 seconds, why isn't this thing going up?
How long was she in the closet?
She's been back there for ever since we got here.
I'm just so grateful I didn't curse.
For listeners, we just popped 2 confetti cannons and it was a massive explosion.
Oh my
Confetti is everywhere. I'm actually gonna need you to clean this up afterwards.
Oh, I'll clean it up. I don't know where my hat went. I think I threw it. I really don't know where that went.
You know, let me say this though. I'm really happy to pick Creighton.
Did that guy have a shirt on too?
That's actually really cool. They got a good basketball program too. Ben's wearing a Creighton basketball shirt. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, so I'll be going to Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. Oh, it feels good to say.
Dude, yeah. So talk us through your decision. Why Creighton? Yeah, screw you, Temple.
I mean, don't screw you, but
we appreciate you for accepting Ben.
Yeah, I'm actually very grateful for that have been accepted. And I'm sorry, I feel like I've laughed a lot into this microphone, so I apologize for everyone listening.
It's been a really hectic past 2 minutes for you. You just made a decision, and then you also heard a bombshell go off.
Ah, man.
We played that last night.
You did? Man, it was good. That was... Wow, and even the color, this is a greenish color, purple for blue for maybe Creighton. Maybe?
I went to the party store, and I said, where's your biggest confetti party popper? And they said, right here. And I said, I'll take 2. Guess how much it costs?
I have no idea. Was that a Zerchers?
Yeah, Zerchers. $2.
Oh!
I thought it'd be 15. No, $2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to diss on Zerchers over the air. I love that store, but it's very expensive, and I'd actually never go there.
Yeah, it was my first time in my entire life going there.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. So from how I made my decision to, I don't know. So Temple had a lot of things going for it.
Yeah.
Because it's in Philadelphia. And so whenever I ask people, or when I would tell people I got accepted to Creighton in Omaha and Temple in Philadelphia, everyone always says, oh, so you're gonna go to Temple. They just assumed.
I did notice that when you told some of our friends.
Yeah, everyone just assumes I'm going to choose the bigger city. in Philadelphia. And I do love Philadelphia. It was a lot of fun to be able to go there and interview. I've actually been there a couple of times because Temple University, for those of you who don't know, is where my brother and brother-in-law both went to dental school.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, so it's not just like a random school, it's a family school.
It's the Blackner school of choice.
Yeah. Or the only school that Blackner's got into. Actually, not sure. But yeah, so that's like, so I've been there a couple times visiting them in Philadelphia, and I've loved it. There's so much to do in Philadelphia. There's so much history. There's sports teams, and I like sports teams.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you listen to my first podcast.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. And yeah, so there's just a lot going on. People want to visit Philadelphia. Yeah, it'd be really fun for people to come visit.
Yeah.
And people want to be there. And Temple is a really good school. Probably more well known, actually for sure is more well known and well respected than Creighton.
So why'd you pick Creighton then?
So this is interesting. This kind of goes back to when I was even applying to dental schools. When I was applying and like thinking of places to interview or to apply, I was kind of just applying everywhere, a lot of different places. I applied to like 12 different schools all over the country.
And which schools did you get into, just so people have
I only got into Temple and Creighton as of now.
Okay.
I got waitlisted at Roseman University here in South Jordan, and I got waitlisted at Midwestern in Chicago.
Okay.
I had another interview at Midwestern in Arizona for February, but that reminds me, I have to cancel that. I forgot.
Reminding people later to do that.
Gotta cancel that interview. So when I was just applying to a lot of different schools, I have no idea why I applied to Creighton. It's kind of a random school in the middle of in the Midwest.
Yeah, for sure.
I have no ties to Creighton. I have no family members that went there, or people that even lived in the Midwest. I don't know anyone that has gone there. But I applied, and when I applied, it just felt like that's where you're gonna go to dental school.
Really?
It was just weird. And when I was even talking to people about where I applied, I was naming different places, and I would always say Creighton. I'd forget about some of the other ones that I applied to even. But so then once I started to be getting interviews, I found out Temple University's first. No, that's not true.
First in what do you mean?
For interview. So after you submit your application, then they will then a couple months later start to call people back for interviews, and you fly to that school, and then you have your interview. And so when I was starting to receive emails, I found out from Temple and Creighton in this same day, if I remember right. Temple first and then Creighton later. And when I found out that I got into Creighton, I was really excited. It felt different.
Really? How did it feel like? You just knew it away?
I was just so relieved and excited. Again, it was always kind of this feeling where I just wanted to go there, and I have no idea why. And so then when I found out, then I fast forward, I went through all my interviews, and then I started to get, so actually backing up a little bit, December 2nd is the first day that dental schools were able to send acceptances.
Okay.
And so I knew that leading up to that I was going to find out if I were to get in, I would find out December 2nd.
Yeah.
If I didn't get anything December 2nd, it doesn't mean I wouldn't have gotten in. Wasn't in the first round of acceptances.
Okay. How many rounds do they have?
They have a couple, and then, I'm waitlisted at the other two, so that doesn't mean I don't have a shot. They're just going to wait for people that they did send acceptances to, if they're going to choose that school or not.
Okay, alright.
And so I knew December 2nd that I was going to find out if I was first round acceptances. And so that night, it was a Monday, December 2nd, that night before, Sunday night, I was not expecting anything, but I started to get really nervous. I kind of got nervous all day Sunday.
Okay.
Because I knew it was the next day, people were gonna start asking. I was nervous. I
wasn't
wanted to
gonna
know.
You told us not to ask you.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, now I don't care if anyone asks, so I'm gonna say yes, baby. Okay. Yeah, it's a relief. So that Sunday night, I wasn't expecting anything, but I just checked my emails randomly, and like all of a sudden I got an email from Temple University at 10 o'clock that night because it was midnight Eastern time,
Okay.
and so it was an automated thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, I got into dental school. So then I celebrated. I started calling people.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun to call people. But then I got disappointed because then I was like, wait, it was just Temple. Creighton didn't get back to me.
Uh-huh.
That was my thought. And then it wasn't. So then I went to bed and I woke up and I still didn't have an email from Creighton. I was like, oh no. And I didn't have. Yeah, so I got a little nervous. But then luckily I didn't have to be nervous for that long because it was like at 9 a.m. when I checked my emails again that I got a letter or an email from Creighton saying I got accepted, and I felt it felt good.
Were you more excited about that letter from Creighton or Temple?
I was.
From Creighton.
From Creighton. So it's kind of just always been, again, it's been weird. I just have, why have I felt that way about the school that I have no ties to, even from the very beginning? I don't know. And so then now that I've gotten into both these schools, the past couple of weeks, I've been researching, looking online, different aspects of different schools, looking at the pros and cons of each, and I don't know, I just could never forget that feeling that I had about Creighton. I started to second guess myself. Even just a couple of days ago, I was like, because I always kind of thought I was going to go to Creighton, but then I was like, like, this may not be the place. Like, I was starting to think, like, logically and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But I could never forget that, like, feeling I felt. And so whether that is God,
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's God. I hope it's nothing.
He sent you a sign.
Yeah, I hope it's a sign of this is where I'm meant to go, because if it's not, then I'm just going to a random city in the Midwest.
And tell us about Creighton. What do you know about Creighton?
So Creighton is in Omaha, Nebraska. And again, so when I was interviewing at these places, I just felt so comfortable in Omaha. It was just, I just felt, because I mean, it was a bigger city than I was expecting it to be, which was cool. And again, I just felt so relaxed. I didn't feel any type of stress, which, like, I felt good about Temple too when I was there at Temple.
Yeah.
I loved the other people I was interviewing with. Yeah, I could see myself going to school there too. But I wasn't as comfortable. It was more high stress. It was in a downtown Philadelphia, just very different than downtown Omaha.
How was downtown Omaha?
Again, it's just slower paced. It's safer. I mean, you're just. Again, I just felt comfortable. Like that was a place that I could see myself being. So then I started to think, like, oh, do I need to go to a place that would make me uncomfortable so I can grow? Like that's
really interesting.
What I started to think about, like, do I need to put myself in uncomfortable situations? Because I listened to your podcast, and I can't remember who talked about, like, being. I don't remember who it was.
I think it was Autumn.
I think it was Autumn too.
Shout out to Autumn.
And so she was talking, and you were talking about being uncomfortable and how that's a good thing. Like it's okay to be uncomfortable. And so then I was thinking, like, am I being complacent? Like, is that just a safe choice? And that's when I started to really doubt myself. Am I just choosing the safe choice? The one that won't let me stretch as much as maybe I would. But then I thought, no, because I felt something.
Yeah,
there was something that I just felt drawn to Creighton. And I'm pretty confident in my decision that this is where I'm supposed to be.
I'm pumped you picked Creighton.
I'm really excited about it too, actually. Like, now that I say it, I was nervous. Again, I don't know why I was nervous today, because I knew that I was going to have to, like, definitively say that this is where I'm going right now. And people were watching, and
Creighton University,
that's where I'm going. So now I just have to, I sign a paper tomorrow, and I send it off
So once that's signed, it's official. You are officially going to Creighton University.
No.
At what point does it become official?
So they have to accept me again. Once I say yes, they have to be like, I have to pass a background check. They have to make sure that I don't know. These are other things to make sure that I'm not a psycho.
Yeah.
I think. I don't really know what they're gonna do. Then I get my other they send me another one. And this is not saying that I couldn't choose another school that I have interviewed at. This is just to save my seat.
Okay.
So like, I could back out, but I'd be out my deposit that I'm sending in with my
The
acceptance.
deposit's pretty expensive.
The deposit's $800.
That's not too bad.
No, it's not. Temple's was over $2,000.
That's bad. It's expensive.
It is expensive, but it goes towards your tuition. So I mean it.
Oh, so either way you'd be okay. That's, yeah.
But I have $2,000 now. I could spend on it, but I mean, it doesn't
That's
hurt.
bougie.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a little extra money right now, to go on trips.
Yes, that is true. And you're coming on a trip, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So, when do you move out to Creighton?
Oh yeah. So then.
What's next? What's the foreseeable future like for you?
Okay, so dental school will start mid-August. So
Next
I have
year?
so I have 8 months. Right? Yeah. Someone did math. Where's my math guy?
8.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah, 8 months.
Yeah.
So I've 8 or 9 months until I start dental school, and I'm really excited. And just to be, the whole process is now behind me. This is like, again,
Merry
I think
Christmas,
I talked about
dude.
this.
Merry Christmas.
I know, Merry Christmas to me. Thanks, Santa Claus.
How's it been stressful to you?
Oh yeah, so you start thinking about applications 2 years ago, right? Like, and that's late for me. I should have started 5 years ago.
Wow, I didn't realize just how long of a
Well,
process it
I mean, when you are in college, you should be taking classes that are going to be directly correlated to the application that you're going to be submitting to dental schools, right? And you need to do well in these classes. Luckily, I've always wanted to do well in my classes. And I knew I always wanted to go to the healthcare field. But, I mean, you have to be volunteering and doing shadowing hours. You need to be finding jobs in dental related fields, and just to make yourself a strong applicant. So, I mean, people that are applying to dental school, if they really want to, they started at the very beginning of college, if not before.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
And so I did not have a decision. I didn't know what I wanted to do, right? Remember, I mean, if you listen to podcast number 1, I didn't like not knowing right after I got back from my LDS mission. Everyone expected me to know what I was going to do, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then it wasn't until like my junior year of college where I was like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And so then
that's scary though.
Well, and luckily I already worked with my brother and brother-in-law, so I already had, and they're both dentists. So I already had worked in a dental-related field, which is why I even chose to be a dentist in the first place. So that looked good, and then I started to like really think about where I could be volunteering, trying to find shadowing hours, and doing well in my classes, taking classes that were relevant, and I still messed up on that. Oops. I didn't apply to some schools because I couldn't apply to some schools.
Do you feel like you got accepted to Creighton because of your experience or because of your grades?
Not because of my grades. I did not do well enough. Well, and so then so I got a couple C's, which is kind of not unheard of, but I mean, it's not good. I'll tell you that right now. Like,
C's get degrees.
Yeah, get degrees, but not into graduate school. Or to dental school or medical school, wherever you go, any post undergrad. Luckily there were C pluses. So
count it.
Count now. It's a 2.3. So that, and then I also had B minuses. I did not have a great GPA. I had a I had a 3.6 cumulative, or 3.64 cumulative GPA with a 3.42 science GPA. Which is, I mean, I don't know, probably not many people know, but that's about like a little below average for acceptances.
So you experienced probably.
So my experience working 2 summers with my brother and brother-in-law and then working full-time now as a dental assistant. I also paid for a service to help me write my personal statement. And so they helped me.
What's that mean, personal statement?
So you also have to write like a cover letter for telling, pretty much explain, it's like a summary of your whole application.
Like a page? How long is it?
A page.
Oh, 1 page?
And so I paid someone to help me write that. Not very much money. It wasn't that much money.
Well, it paid off, obviously.
But it paid off.
You know?
Yeah, so, and then I took the DAT, the dental admissions test. That was not this past summer, the summer before. So in August of 2018, I took it. And I did again, just well enough. I got 20, which is about average for acceptances. So, I mean, I was just...
Are you stressing?
I was a very average applicant.
You're basic.
I mean, you said that last time too, so you keep telling me that.
You're not basic because you got into freaking dental school.
I got into dental school, so yeah, I'm feeling really good. But I have a very average application, but I had experience in the dental field. And I like to think that I interviewed pretty well at both these places.
What do they ask you in the interview? Why do you want to be a dentist?
That's what they asked me, yep, exactly, both those questions. They asked me some ethical questions, like we talked about last time.
Yeah.
That, like, what would I do in certain situations? Didn't love that. I don't know. So, yeah, so then so now, I start in August, like we were talking about, and so now it's just a huge relief to have all that stuff behind me. Like, I don't have to worry. I spent a lot of time on applications. You have to write a lot of paragraphs about each thing you ever did in your life, pretty much. Like, back to high school, because that's when I was coolest. Was back in high school.
That's when you peaked?
Yeah, real, for real. Like you said that jokingly, but that's when I peaked. I mean, if not before. Yeah, good point. It was before high school.
No,
That's when I peaked.
Man. You're getting ready to peak. That's all uphill for you.
Boys and Girls Club basketball, 5th grade. When I hit that buzzer beater, that was it. I got lifted up. That was the peak of my... Oh, I remember it vividly. Oof. That's when I was cool. That's when everyone... back in elementary school.
Well, here you are today.
Here I am today.
What would you tell
unfulfilled potential.
What would you tell yourself now when you were starting your dental process?
Oh, interesting. Well, first of all, I would tell myself, hey, you're going to do it, so do it. Like, go full. Go on all board.
Yeah.
Like, from the very beginning, I kind of pitter-pattered. I also would have... I mean, it's easy to say now, but now that I'm not stressed, but, like, I spent a lot of time studying. You wouldn't believe that with my grades, but I spent a lot of time studying, and like I was always in the library. I wish I would have been more productive with my time, because I feel like I could have studied harder for a less amount of time.
Okay, yes, more effectively.
And also when I was studying for the DAT, I wish I would have put more time into it, but also that like things just kind of work out if they're supposed to work out.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Like, did I deserve to get into dental school? I think I deserve it, but like, I was average, and I am very grateful that I did get in. And did I study hard enough in school to get the grades that I got? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just grateful that things worked out the way they did, and I'm here on this podcast with a freaking confetti. That was awesome.
So when do you move out to Creighton? What's your plan then?
Oh yeah, so I'll continue to work here. I'll live in Utah for I'll probably quit the end of June. And then I'll move home back to Seattle in July, before the 4th of July. I want to be the 4th of July up in Washington, I think.
The USA.
Yeah, because I want to be with family for that. I'm also planning trips.
Where are you going?
So I want to go, well, the problem is I want to go a lot of places now. And
you might as well. You still
and I'm ready to like blow my money. I don't have very much of it. But I'm ready to not have, I want to have like $0. I'm like ready to have $0 and then go negative once I get loans.
Yeah, are you going to be working during
dental school?
Yeah.
No, you're just not able to.
Okay. So back to the other question. So what?
Oh yeah, so if in like a perfect world, when if I can find good deals to a lot of different places, I've never been to Southern California. I've been to Disneyland once.
It's overrated.
I really like Disneyland. But you should go with. I went with my nieces and nephews, and so it was really fun. And I was 15.
Yeah.
I was 15, and so it was fun. And I'd never been before, and so I really liked it.
They have the new Star Wars thing.
Oh yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
I haven't been back
I
since,
haven't
and I so I want, but I pretty much stayed in the park. So I want to go back to Southern California and like
Okay.
do Southern California. I want to go to the beaches. I want to go to kind of see the city a little bit. I kind of just like San Diego, Los Angeles. Like I want to do Southern California because I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
And I want to do that in the winter where it's kind of batter. Wow. I got into dental school. So the weather's kind of worse here when it's cold. I want to go somewhere warm.
Winter.
Yeah, so I might like maybe go in February. I also want to go to Arizona.
Winter, that'd be perfect.
Yep, in like March, and then I'm going to Hawaii in May.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're gonna be busy the next couple of months then.
I mean, I probably won't be able to do all these trips, but I mean, I probably will have to choose between Arizona and Southern California. But in a perfect world, if I find good flights, and they're pretty cheap during those months.
So you would fly?
Oh yeah, I'd fly, and
Would you just do a rental car then? How would you get around? Ubers?
so I know people in these places.
Oh,
I probably
then you're
would.
set.
I would Uber.
If you have people, then you're set.
Luckily, I have family kind of all over in Arizona, and then family in Southern California. I probably would rent a car in Southern California because I want to do my own thing.
So would you just go by yourself?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, people can come if they
Solo
want.
travel, man.
I don't
Solo
need
trips.
I don't need someone to come, but if they come, it'd be fun. Like, I'm ready to do it by myself. I don't know. We'll see. So then in May you have this trip for Hawaii planned out, and
And Ben's coming.
I'm coming.
You heard it here, folks. Ben is coming to Hawaii.
For all those listening and watching, I'm going to Hawaii if you care. I've never been to Hawaii, and so that's my trip.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go on one big trip before I started, and that's my big trip.
You gotta. I don't know how. I assume dental school is very
Yeah, it's long.
burdensome, very taxing, very exhausting. So you gotta treat yourself before you start.
Oh, I'm gonna treat myself. Oh, and I treated myself the past 3 weeks.
How so?
Oh, I have just been eating junk food, and I'm like, I got into dental school, and I like went shopping for like the first time ever. I never go shopping. And I was like, I went and got into dental school.
I got money to blow.
I don't got money to blow, $0 to blow, but I mean, I got into dental school, so what up? Like, I don't care.
You deserve it.
I deserve it. Treat myself all December. I don't got any Christmas presents done yet. Sorry to my brother.
Dude, it's
I have a week.
Yeah, you gotta get. Yeah. You have a week today, actually.
Oh, anybody has any ideas for Christmas presents for parents? I need ideas ASAP.
So are you going to drive out to Omaha?
Yeah, I'll drive.
So you're going out. When are you gonna go drive out there?
I don't know yet. I haven't literally planned anything, except I'm going to Omaha.
You're still in Cloud 9, dude.
You guys, I mean, I know no one wants to visit Omaha, but I'll find things to do.
I promise you, Amy and I'll come out and visit you. I promise you. I don't know why. I would love to visit Omaha.
Really?
I'm dead serious.
That's random.
I feel like it's good to get out there and like you said. Actually, back to what you said earlier. How you're saying Temple will make you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's the case with Creighton, just because you're going to a whole new city.
Oh yeah.
Starting a whole new program.
Oh yeah, by myself.
So yeah,
I don't know anyone.
think you definitely will feel comfortable, but at the same time, I feel like you're gonna learn so much about yourself.
Oh yeah.
And obviously learn about teeth.
And I've kind of had like a little transition because I moved up to Salt Lake, and I moved in with cousins.
Shout out to the cousins.
Sounds to the cousins. Oh, they're the best.
Shout out to the cousin that works for the University of Utah football team.
Yeah, she does. She loves it. She's very good at it. And they're very fun to live with. But I've had to be a little more independent on my own. Yeah, so that's been, like, I feel like I was a little stepping stone, like, away from Provo, up to Salt Lake, a bigger city in Salt Lake. Yeah. And so now, but I've also, like, as I've gotten older, just become more independent. I think that's just natural. You just become more independent. And again, I'm okay with doing things on my own.
More mature.
Yeah. Am I nervous to go out to Omaha by myself? I probably will be when it gets closer, but right now I'm just excited to to be going out there.
So, are you gonna live on campus? Where do you know where you're gonna live?
I don't know where I'm gonna live. I know zero. I know zero things.
What's the cost
What
of
am I
living
gonna do?
there? Is it expensive or
It's cheaper.
cheaper than Salt Lake?
Cheaper than Salt Lake. Cheaper than Philadelphia.
I bet it's much cheaper than Philadelphia.
Yeah, it is much cheaper than Philadelphia. Yeah. So, again, it just seemed like a really good place to live. Like I don't think I would just. As I was there and talking to my people interviewing and just talking to the locals. I don't even know what you call them. Like I was there for a day, so I walked around the downtown, and I just felt good. The people were in a good mood. It just like it's the big city in the Midwest. So people from all over go there.
So what'd you do your day there?
I walked around downtown. There's a couple places I went and saw. There's a river that goes right by it. I went and saw the river. There's a cool little boardwalk, or the river walk, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's a cool bridge over the. I mean, so I saw all that. Again, I was only there at night. I ate. Oh no, I didn't. I think my mom was really mad at me. Now I remember it. She was mad at me because I did not eat.
Your mom was pissed at you.
No, yeah, she wasn't happy because I don't think I ate.
Why do you eat?
So you know how some people stress eat?
Yeah.
I stress don't eat, and if it's not convenient, I'm not eating.
I understand that. That makes sense.
So
I remember when you were there, I actually called you that night. I called you about Hawaii. And you're like, yeah, I'm just here in Omaha.
really, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I specifically remember it because if I knew you were on your trip at that time, I probably wouldn't have called you just because I felt like it's a stressful time because you're doing interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it was the night, it must have been the one night you were there that I called you.
The night before, because I was there. I got there the night before, and I woke up, got ready, went to the interview, and I was there that next night as well. Woke up and then left.
I think it was the night after you had your interview.
Okay,
you were just like way chill.
Yeah. So also, I stayed in a hotel by myself, and that was awesome. When you're reserving your hotel, you get a choice between 2 queen size or 1 king size. At the place I was at, king size for myself, sleeping sideways. And I'm gonna fall asleep with the TV on. I loved it.
Did you get room service?
No, I did not get room service. But did I wake up for that continental breakfast? Oh, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was good. But also, so I did eat. I ate a little bit that morning.
Okay.
I had like a muffin.
Yeah.
See, Mom? I do eat sometimes.
Ben's doing a good job, Mom. On the Blackner.
Yeah, so then, again, but I didn't eat that night. So even though I said I went out and eat, I didn't eat. Now think about it.
I'm excited for you, for one.
I'm excited.
I think you're going to have a great time.
I do too. I accept visitors. So the Olympic trials for swimming are always there every 4 years. The College World Series is always there for baseball.
Oh, that's right.
They have a good concert scene. It's like a good healthy place to eat if you're into healthy eating, which I'm not, but I should be.
You should.
Because it's all about, it's the Midwest, so it's farmers, so natural, local grown.
Barbecue. Warren Buffett is from Omaha.
Omaha, so...
One of the richest men in the world.
I'm going to go talk to him a couple times probably.
Just say, hey, Mr. Buffett, you, me, paying for my education? Question mark?
He'd be like, yeah, chump change. If he's listening, I do accept.
Shout out to Warren Buffett, please sponsor the podcast. I'll get you on the show every week if you want.
Oh man, yeah. So then for the next, again, I'll quit in June. I can't wait. I love my job, but I'm just really excited just to go home and I'm just excited for the next couple of months where I can just relax. I got in. I don't have to work on my application anymore. Because even after you submit your application, you're supposed to be updating your application if you're doing more things.
Uh-huh.
And so I was always stressed, like, should I be updating it more? Should I be adding these things? Should I be doing more things? And so now I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, you seem like
those fools accepted me.
You're very relaxed.
Oh, I feel good.
You're kind of like a lame duck president. You know what that means?
No.
I don't know why I picked that reference. That's the nerdiest reference I could have ever picked. Oh my gosh, I'm like embarrassing myself right now.
On your own podcast.
Oh, but it's like, so for example, in November was the election for Trump.
Oh yeah.
So when Trump won the election, Obama was still in office until January.
Oh.
So you're kind of
yeah,
quote in office here,
mm-hmm.
Salt Lake, and then once your dental school starts, you're officially on the clock. But right now you're like Obama. You're just chilling, kicking back, relaxing.
Yeah, or you can really buckle down and get stuff done if you want to. make a difference where you're at. No, I'm not gonna get that. I can't do that. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You know, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
It was a generous thought.
It was. The Mandalorian came out, so I have to watch that. Wait, no, did it come out?
It came out today.
Yeah, so I have to watch that.
Are you gonna watch the new Star Wars movie?
So, to be honest, I say I watch Mandalorian, but I don't watch Star Wars.
Either do. Dude, I'm the same. I don't like the Star Wars movies at all.
Oh, I don't not like them, I just haven't seen them.
I guess that means you don't like them, though. You're not really, like...
I don't know. I have a desire to watch them. I should watch them. Whatever. But yeah, so that's about it, right? Like, that's my dental school experience.
What would you tell someone that is about to start the dental school application process
Good question. I would say, choose the schools you want to apply to ahead of time and not just click buttons. Like, 'cause it was pretty easy to choose what schools, like, on the application, you just, like, click a button, applying this school, this school, this school, this school, and it kind of sends them out to all of them. I wish I would have thought out beforehand before I just wasted some of my money. So, like, University of Washington, I didn't take the right classes for University of Washington because I'm literally an idiot. I didn't take the right classes for University of Utah because I'm, again, literally an idiot. Yeah, and I didn't want to do it. I don't know. Lazy. I don't know. So then, and I also would have, I don't know, just looked at those schools you want to apply to. That you think, just put like research to some schools and then make sure that you meet those requirements and then really shoot for those. I feel like I got into Creighton because I felt like that fit for me. Like my application fit for Creighton, and so that's why I applied to Creighton. I feel like I could get in, and I felt like that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, start to make sure you document all of the little service hours you do, shadowing hours, make sure you document it. And then just make sure, like, organize it. Because it's hard to remember when you're doing your application, you're like, when did I do service in the past 5 years? You're like, I don't remember. Like, hopefully I did some service.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So write down your service activity, again, but you have to know you're going to dental school to even write down your service, things that you're doing. And so, I mean, once you decide dental school, or any type of, like, medical school, once you decide, like, you have to make sure that you're organized with your class. Yeah, I don't know, just start with your game plan. You have to start with a plan. Where are you going to shadow? And don't be scared to ask dentists to shadow. They always say yes.
Really?
For the most part. I didn't have anyone say no.
When you say shadow, you basically follow the dentist around.
Yeah, you follow the dentist around. Yeah, I mean, it's boring as all get out. I mean, because you're not even, like, right now I'm a dental assistant, so at least I'm helping.
Yeah.
There you have to stand, like, back, and you just kind of, like, watching. Oh, what's going on over there? But you can't really see anything.
Do you understand what's going on?
No, you know zero things. Sometimes it's, like, will help, like, explain things. And so luckily I had some of that too. But
did your brother-in-law and brother do that for you?
they
okay,
were very good. And again, I got to see with them, when I worked for them, I got to see the behind the scenes because I was related to them, so I was always in their office when they were talking about different cases, when they were looking at x-rays, and they were talking about the patients. So I got to see the behind the scenes more as well. Because I was related, so I was always with them. I don't know, because I wanted to be with them because they're my siblings. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. What else would I tell them? Oh, also, what really helped, why I think I did better on the Creighton and Temple interviews was I was more prepared because I had a friend, shout out to Matthew Dembinski.
Shout out to Matthew.
We went down to St. George, and that whole trip, pretty much that whole ride down to St. George, him and his wife, like, asked me questions that could be asked on in an interview. And I was not prepared at all for them. And he gave me tips. He talked about what stories he liked that I had said, and it's really awkward. It's very awkward. Then I jumble my words in the car, but like you just have to have your story straight. I did not prepare for the other two because I thought I was already prepared. But I hadn't prepared. Like those first two were late August, early September. The second two were in November. And so I had to prepare it all from. I felt like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. And so I should have prepared more for those. Yeah.
What was the most awkward question you were asked during the interview process?
I for sure lied. Midwestern. Oh, there's a couple of them. I had a couple awkward experiences in the last two. My first two, well, no, I had awkward in the second one at Temple too. So because they're like they had a camera.
Oh, they're recording your interview?
Yeah, so Temple was recording, and so they were like, I hate this. So if they're watching, you should explain this a little better. They said introduce yourself to the camera, and so I was like, okay, what do you what do you mean by introduce myself? Because at Creighton and on like all the mock interviews, they always say, tell me about yourself, like to the person interviewing.
Yeah.
And so I have like a script. It's memorized pretty much. What I'm going to say when they say tell me about yourself. But when Temple was just like introduce yourself to the camera, I didn't know if they just wanted me to like read my name and then talk to the guy again. If they wanted me to introduce myself to the camera and like give my
just talk to the camera then.
Like give my tell me about yourself speech that I had prepared. But I didn't want to just talk to a camera. I want to talk to the person, and so I was very awkward. It was, hi, I'm Ben. I like to hesitate, Benjamin Blackner, and then I looked at him. I was like, and he was looking down, and I was like, okay, so I'm not looking at you. Gonna look back at the camera, and then I was like, God is good. And I was like, what the? I was like, family is important to me too. And then I literally said, I love sports third. Why would I say I love sports? They don't care if I like sports.
And the whole time he's gonna looking down?
Well, yeah, so then I was looking at the camera. I couldn't see the guy anymore.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm passionate about music. And I just like settled down a minute, like said what my script where I had about music. And then he asked a question. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. And then he was like, what instruments do you play? And so then I looked at him and was talking to him again. And then I felt like that interview was my best interview from then on.
That's kind of weird.
Because then I wasn't talking to a camera, I was talking to a person.
Yeah.
Again, I just didn't know. And then, so that was an awkward, so they were going to watch. So the guy that I was talking to, though, he wasn't actually part of the interview process. He had no say if I was going to get accepted or not. He was just an alumni reading questions. So then the committee, the admissions committee, they were going to go back and look at the footage. Hopefully they skipped the first 3 minutes, because that was that was bad.
Were you sweating when you're like...
When I was stumbling my words?
Yeah. Drenched.
But then I really calmed down after that. I really just felt like he asked me, I answered the questions. I answered them pretty good. Like, that was definitely my best interview. Because he asked me some questions I didn't know the answers to, but then, like, thought on the spot, ready to go, like, ready. Creighton was more, again, laid back interview process. It was just me and the guy, no camera. He was like, tell me about yourself. Then we talked about me, and it was just like a conversation about me. And it was easy. There was no scenario question. I mean, it was easy. But I'm telling you, I lied. I lied at the Midwestern one. He was like, tell me about a group project where you didn't get along with someone. And I was like, oh no. And it was something that you disagreed on, and how'd you handle it? And I was like, in my head, I was thinking, well, because I'm pretty agreeable. I don't like this confrontation, right? Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you angry.
Because I try not to be angry ever. Well, because I don't like confrontation, right? We talked about that last time. And so I was like, well, there was this group project, or this paper I had to write this English paper I had to write with another classmate, and we had different directions for where we wanted the paper to go. And I said without going into too many details at the end. And he was like, well, you can go into some details. And I was like, good thing and then I started like building up upon my lie, and I was like, I just feel personally that it's hard to write a paper, and this was a good lie, that it's hard to write a paper with two people, because it's hard for me to get my voice out without including another voice. When I'm writing a paper, I want my voice to come out.
That does sound pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I'm impressed. That's quick.
And I said it was an English class, so it was even harder, because I said you can write group projects or group papers for science papers, because it's easier to just, like, you're just stating facts. But for English paper, you really want a little more your voice to come out. It's hard to write a group paper. Again, I'd never had a group paper in English class. I was just lying.
Yeah.
But I feel like I handled that pretty well. And then they're like, how did you resolve it? I was like, oh my goodness. How am I, like, can we just go to the next question? Like, I want to say, can we just go to the next question? I'm lying. I think he knew I was lying. But I was lying so good, so I didn't know how he knew I was lying. And so then I was like, I said at first, I used a Google Doc, and I would subtly change his sentences.
Dang, you're getting deep into this now.
I was lying. I was so bad. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't backtrack now and be like, actually, this whole story's a lie. So then, yeah.
Did he buy it?
I think he bought it.
Wow.
I-
Well played.
I mean, is it good? I mean, I didn't get accepted there, so... Actually, that's a good point. I didn't get accepted there, so he probably knew I was lying.
You knew you were lying.
Ah, dang it. But it was I felt pretty good about my lie.
I'm impressed.
But I also might not have gotten accepted to that school because I was late to the interview.
Oh, you were.
In Chicago, I was downtown. I researched, I was going to get an Uber. It's about 30 minutes outside of Chicago where the dental school is. And I was staying downtown with my friends. Thank you, Jason and Lex. I really appreciate them.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah. And then Saki and Gina.
Shout out to Shaki.
Saki and Gina.
Saki.
They let me stay with them the next night. Man, I also had, in Philadelphia, I had friends stay with there. Was really lucky that I had friends.
You're well connected, man. You got people all over the place.
So I felt, yeah, thank you to everyone that helped me. But it snowed that morning in Chicago on Halloween. No, October 30th. It snowed bad. And so it took me, what should have taken me like a half hour, took me an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
In my Uber. Not cheap, by the way.
How much was it?
It ended up being like $50.
Wow. How late were you to the interview?
I was like 20, 30 minutes late.
Were they pissed?
So the receptionist was super nice. Julie, I remember her name. She was the best. Julie was the best. She was super nice. And like, oh, we understand. First snowfall of the year. Everyone drives bad. And so then, but the guy, after my interview, he was like, why were you late? I was like, well, I was living downtown, and I planned ahead, but the snow, and he's like, I live downtown too, and I got here on time.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and I was like, oh, dang, that was messed up. Why'd you have to tell me that?
Did you start sweating?
Yeah, I did. I was like, well, I was farther down. He was on the outskirts, and I was like...
Oh, that doesn't look good, man.
I know, so that actually... Maybe it was the combination of lying and being late. That actually making a lot more sense why I didn't get in there.
You're talking yourself through the process now.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter because you're going to Creighton.
I'm going to Creighton University, and I like good and blue.
You do look good in blue. Your eyes are blue, too.
Yeah, I just look better.
Yeah.
I know I don't look good in red. I know I
got a great basketball program at Creighton.
And they have a good basketball program. Temple has a pretty good... they're pretty decent as well.
I think Bill Cosby went to Temple.
Oh, he did? It's a random fact you know. Why do you know that?
Bill Cosby's not a good guy, though.
No, he's not.
I'm not saying those that go to Temple are bad people. I'm just telling you. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. Just forget I said that.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, so... Again, I'm excited to go to Creighton. I look good in blue. I don't know what else. It's a kind of a... What's also nice about Creighton is it's part of the college campus, like the undergrad program, where the guys that were taking me on tours there, he was like, yeah, I do intramurals with the school. Like, you're still part of the school.
Oh, so if you wanted to, you can get involved with the university itself.
Yeah. Whereas Temple, it was separate from the school.
Mm. That is pretty cool. Is there anything else you want to tell your fans? Because for those listening, Ben's podcast has by far been the most popular. This guy gets the downloads.
I really appreciate it. I really can't believe you guys watched, to be honest, or listened. I think the last one was 2 hours. This one's a little shorter. You're welcome. But I've loved coming on these. I'm really happy that I got to come on and say that I got into a dental school. I had a shirt. Shout out to my brother Joseph.
Shout out to Joseph.
Who bought me this shirt.
So does your family know you're going to Creighton?
They have a hunch. They all said they wanted me to go to Philadelphia because they wanted to visit.
Yeah.
But
family, go visit him in Omaha.
No, it really is okay. But my brother did tell me, the one that went to Temple, he was talking to me about it, different pros and cons. He has heard really good things about Creighton, and it really calmed me down.
That's good.
Yes, Creighton's a good school. That it's a good place for me to go. I just feel really good about my decision, and it felt good from a long time ago. I got emotional when I got my acceptance letter. I
bet that was a relief.
It was a relief, and that's when I knew this was the place. This is the place for me. I mean, it's just, again, it was just all these emotions, these stresses that are just like gone. And it's such a good feeling. And I don't know what I would have done if I didn't get in. I like to think that I would have applied again, and or I would have taken that as a sign. I don't know, as a sign that I wasn't supposed to go to dental school. And so I'm just very, very relieved that I got in, that I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and like, I don't know, I'm doing it.
Well, I'm certainly happy for you. I'm really pumped for you. So was Amy.
Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for the confetti.
Did that surprise you?
Oh wait. Yes, it surprised me. Also, because I was trying to like figure out how to put my hat on, so I was like pretty focused. I'm really interested to see how this looked on the camera.
You'll see Haley back there just like.
Man, yeah. So
we weren't sure how powerful the
it was pretty powerful.
Going to be, so I said,
it's
don't
everywhere.
point it at Ben's head because it might like blow his head off.
I really don't know what happened to the hat. I think I really don't know if I threw it, if it fell off, but
the confetti it says for outdoor use only.
Breaking the rules.
So we're alive. We're good.
We're good. Okay. Well, hey.
Where can people find you?
Oh, at Ben Blackner on Instagram or Ben Blackner on Facebook. People even use Facebook. I don't, but you can.
Grandma and grandpas do.
I'm more of an Instagram user.
You on TikTok?
No, I feel like I'm like.
Yeah, don't get on TikTok, dude.
I've heard it's really cool, a lot of fun, but I haven't gone on.
You don't have time anymore. You're going to dental school.
I'm going to dental school, everyone. What? Sorry for how loud that was, probably in your ears.
People, leave them alone. He's excited.
Yeah, but really, thanks for listening. I really appreciate all the support. A lot of people have asked me what I'm going to do. And I really do. I really have felt throughout this whole process, I felt really supported by my family and my friends. That like they really did have my back and they helped me, and man, it's just so nice knowing that you have a support system, people behind you.
Well said. Here's a gumball for tradition.
Yes.
And guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. Be sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, and also this video will be on YouTube. So look us up on YouTube. It's the Gumballs Podcast on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe to the video on YouTube. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Ben, congratulations.
Thank you everyone. I really appreciate it.
Okay, ciao, everyone. Thanks for watching. Peace.